Welcome to Chris Parkin Shooting Sports. Today's little experiment, I'm continuing with this FX DRS air rifle. This is a sub 12 foot-pound air rifle, specifically for the UK market. It's in 177. Now you've seen me shoot it, you've seen me review it in quite a lot of detail. I've shot great groups at 25 metres. I've shot very well actually at 50 metres, which quite surprised me. But today I thought what I'm going to do is I want to shoot it at 75 metres. Now, I don't consider that specifically really a hunting range for a sub 12 foot-pound air rifle, but I'd like to do it. Now, the 10.34 grain JSB exact Dablos are the ones that are really, ticking all the boxes for me. So that's what I'm using today. And what I'm going to do is I've got a target out there. I've got 3 spots on it. I'm going to go from 25 to 50 to 75 meters. I'm going to run the ballistics through the FX True Ballistics chronograph, and I'm going to work out the ballistic coefficient, put in the muzzle velocity, and I'm going to run that in the ballistics AE app on my phone, just for a bit of realism, bit of simplicity. Not everybody's got the FX True Ballistic chronograph, I agree. I happen to have it. I use it a lot and I rely on it, so it makes sense to use it today. So I'm going to start out by zeroing the air rifle. Now it should be about 0, but I've actually had the scope on and off because I swapped over to a PARD DS night vision scope because I was doing a little bit of hunting with the air rifle. So let's have a go, see how we get on. First step, check 0, 25 meters. Now, I'm not at all surprised really that that's a little bit high and right, because I was messing around with it. I specifically wanted to do this today because there's no wind at all. I just need to try and get it done before it rains. I'm about happy with that now for a 0 at 25 meters. So I'm going to grab a screwdriver, reset both the turrets, and we're going to move on to 50. I've got chronograph reading out. BC's coming in at 0.029 G1 ballistic coefficient, and my average velocity is 698 feet per second with extreme spread of 9 feet per second. So that is going to be the next stage of what we're doing. I suspect perhaps I had done something with this scope that I'd forgotten about because it was a lot more away from 0 than I was thinking it should be. Still, we're set up now at 25 meters. Just pop that back on there. Probably won't need the windage turret today. Let's go move the target back to 50 meters. People do seem to like my real-time videos, so let's have a look at the ballistics AE app, which was set up when I did the original review. I'll just check what factors and data I've got in it. JSB exact pellet 10.34 grains. So we had that set up with a 25 meter 0, and then we had a 50 meter drop of 2.4 milliradians and a 75 meter drop of 6.2 milliradians. So I'll just screenshot that now, so we've got a copy of that. I'm just going to double check ballistic coefficient values I had in there. I've actually got a 0.030 G1, which we've got a 2.9 today. Again, different atmospheric factors will change that slightly, I think. So let's just go with that for now. And as we say, let's just dial in. This is a milliradian turret. You can set up most of these apps in minutes of angle if that's what you prefer. So we need on this now 2.4 milliradians. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2.4 milliradians. And we should have a few shots left in here. So I'm just going to up the mag, just tweak the parallax, get clear focus, which is there. Right, I'm now going to go on the centre of the 3 targets. Now, I can't quite see those perfectly, but I think they've just dropped a tiny little bit low. So let's walk forward and have a little look. So looking at this group here now, we dropped one way out, but we got 4 there quite close together. Possibly, now that's about a centimetre low on average, so a centimetre at this distance is 0.02 mils if I'm correct on my mental arithmetic. So I'm just going to add an extra couple of clicks to that solution for 50 metres, and then we're going to add that in, and now we're going to go for 75 metre shots. Right, I've just put the target out to 75 metres. How many pellets have I got left in here? We've got 3 left. So let's put 7 more in, just so we've got a nice round number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So right, I've got 10 shots available to me. Click that back in there. Just double check this with the rangefinder. We've actually got 76 metres, but we'll have to live with it, won't we? Right, at 50 metres we're a tiny little bit low, and I thought we were 2 clicks out, so I'm going to add an extra 2 clicks in my brain. And at 75 metres my drop was 6.2 milliradians. So if I add 2, maybe add 3 to that, maybe add 4 because of the extra metre, let's go 6.6. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's see how we get on with that. Now, this is a 16 power scope, and I'm starting to struggle a little bit to get a good clear picture on this, but let's have a go. Now those appear to be hitting quite high and off to the right. So we've got 5 shots in there, but they are shooting high. I'm just going to walk down, have a little look and see what it's showing me on the target. So we're in here now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 shots there. So we're a little bit out to the right, and we're also a little bit too high. So I estimate we are probably 6 centimetres high. So let's make a little adjustment when we get back there and see if we can just put a group in this orange spot now. So I've just been down, we've clearly got too much elevation on. I'm a bit surprised about that, because if anything I would have thought it'd have had too little. So I'm going to take 6 clicks back off, and just to make it look nice and neat, I'm going to put a couple of clicks on left. And let's have the last 5 shots and see if we can put 5 shots in that orange spot. I dialed that turret the wrong way. But let's go and have another look. So, group 1, group 2, group 3, here we've got group 4. So we're still a little bit high, really fairly good elevation consistency, but we want to just move it a little bit left. See if we can get them in the orange spot. Haven't got there yet, I'm going to keep trying. So, we haven't quite got it yet. And this is where the reality of teeny little bits of breeze moving around and the inconsistency and precision of ballistic computers versus DOPE, data on previous engagement. So when we've done this today, and of course I don't need to do this, I don't need to write it down because it's all on video and I'll be able to write it down afterwards because I'm talking to you while I'm doing it. But it just goes to show we're close, but there's no cigar. We're not quite there, are we? So I'm going to refill this magazine because I'm determined to get 5 shots in that orange spot. And I did dial the windage in the correct direction, I just didn't dial it enough. But we're just going past a little gap down there, and I think there's a teeny bit of breeze coming through it as well. It's the only place where the grass isn't horrendously long at the moment. But we shall continue. Because I quite enjoy making videos like this, I actually get to enjoy shooting a little bit. Having a bit of a tinker. So I'm going to take another click off the elevation and I'm going to put one more click on the windage. Pop this mag back in. Pop the mag back in. Now I've only got 16-pound magnification. I can see to aim fairly precisely, but I can't see the pellet holes perfectly. Could use a spotting scope, I could use binoculars, whatever, but I haven't got those out at the moment. Right, there were 5 more shots. I can't see anything through the scope now, so I'm hoping they're in the orange because there'll be less contrast to the actual pellet hole in the orange than there was in the white. So far, the chronograph is reading out 699 feet per second average. Extreme spread is 16 feet per second. The average ballistic coefficient G1 is still being generated at 0.029, and I've had 28 shots so far. The standard deviation of 3.5 feet per second. So, we've clearly hit one down here because we've splashed up a bit of mud on the target. We've got elevation somewhere near there, but I still haven't got in on the windage yet, and that's starting to frustrate me a little bit. So let's have some more shots. So I've just walked down to the target, and as I've been walking down there, I've been sprinkling grass just from my sort of hand height. It's dropping absolutely straight to the ground, which is very unusual, so there is 0 wind, but it's amazing. I still just can't quite get that target on there. Now, this is a sub 12 foot-pound 177 air rifle. At 75 metres, I think most people will agree, you're kind of stretching it, and it's plinking distance. It's certainly not hunting distance in my opinion. But I can't quite get there to get those 5 shots in that little orange patch, which is about 40 millimetres off the top of my head. So I want to be really sure I'm moving this adjustment in the correct direction. So I've gone 3 clicks back onto the windage. I've gone 1 click back up on elevation. And you know what? This is my last group now. If we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. The point is, everybody needs to go out and just have some fun and enjoy doing this, because it's all about the ballistics. And the thing is, if you compare a rimfire or a centerfire rifle with what this is doing, there is virtually 0 wind today. I mean, I have a Kestrel in the car and I'm not going to be using it because there's just 0 wind. The temperature is about 16 degrees. Humidity's middle of the road. And you've got decent light conditions. The frustration is I just can't hit that orange spot. So let's keep trying. It's the kind of conditions with the centerfire you wouldn't even think about it. So off we go again. Let's go and have another look. I really ought to have got the spotting scope out, didn't I? Just have a look at the statistics here. 33 shots, average is 699. Extreme spread is still 16 feet per second. BC is still generated G1 0.029. And here they are. We finally got it. We've got 1, 2, maybe 3 shots into there. I'll have to watch the video afterwards on replay and see what it's doing. But it just goes to show what a significant effect the tiniest amount of breeze has on a 177 air rifle running at sub 12 foot-pounds, 11.2 foot-pounds I think this one's running at 75 metres. So it's quite a challenge, but quite good fun. So there we go. I've done it in the end. We've got 2 in the bottom orange patch, 75 metres, and a couple below it. I'll double check that when I see it on the video afterwards, but the video will reveal all, because that video camera down there is 3 metres from this little target. My eyes are not as great as they used to be, and although I can aim very well, I can't see my pellets all the time. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed that little video. Please be inspired. Just move those distances out there and experiment with learning about ballistics, and don't negate the fact that, as you've seen on this video, elevation is not that difficult to get the hang of. The variability is still there and the wind can still affect it, but windage is always going to be the biggest factor that you've got to take into account for any kind of long distance shooting with any cartridge or caliber, from an air rifle, rimfire or centerfire. But the fundamentals are still there. And as I walk up and down the lane here, I can think about all the little gaps and the little undulations in the berm along the side of it, and why the wind may well be just picking up, dropping off a little bit, because there isn't any wind, but there is still a little bit of air movement. And with these pellets pushing those distances, it clearly affects me. If it doesn't affect you and you can shoot through these things, I'm very impressed for you, and please comment and tell me how to do that. But I really wanted to just do it, you know, quite simple, keep it easy, and see how we get on shooting. This is it's an Element Helix 2 scope, this one. It's the HD 2-16 by 50. Clicks on it, got parallax adjustment, no problems with any of that. I've put a SAC moderator on this DRS rifle, which, as I say, sub 12 foot-pounds. It's running about 11.1 foot-pounds, 699, 701 feet per second, thereabouts. And thank you very much to Sportsman Gun Centre for loaning me this FX True Ballistic chronograph, because you can just watch the data being developed by that all day long. And after we finished, you know, we had 33 shots, 699 feet per second average, 16 feet per second extreme spread from this air rifle, and the G1 BC has been developed at 0.029. So there we go. Right, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, make sure you moan about me for everything you want to do, and click the notification bell, keep track of the regular uploads. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.